From the heart of South Asia to the crossroads of Central Asia, from the turbulent Middle East and North Africa to the power corridors of the West, where narratives collide, perspectives matter, and stories connect. This is Beyond Borders. I'm Khalid, but in the hour that will follow, we'll try to understand, decipher, and give you stories and their updates in a world without borders and boundaries, of stories that matter in this changing world. We'll begin with our region lines. We start from Egypt's Sharm el-Sheikh, where US President Donald Trump and his Egyptian counterpart Abdel Fattah el-Sisi are co-hosting a summit of more than 20 world leaders, including Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. The summit's aim is to end the war in the Gaza Strip, enhance efforts to achieve peace and stability in the Middle East, and usher in a new era of regional security and stability. Israel and Hamas have exchanged prisoners under a ceasefire agreement that is aimed at easing tensions after months of conflict. We'll begin with the Middle East and North Africa, and of course when it comes to the region, the first thing that comes to our mind is Sharm el-Sheikh and the 20 plus countries, almost 27 countries that are gathering together. Their leaders are there in order to move towards the next phase of the peace process. This peace deal that began with a 20-point agenda that was presented by Donald Trump, then was discussed with the leaders of 8 Muslim countries, and then of course there was their backing, and this followed by a push from all of the sides, and finally this peace deal is slowly and steadily showing the light of day with an exchange of prisoners from both the Hamas side and the Israeli side. Hamas has freed all of the 20 living prisoners from the Israeli side, and of course the prisoners from the Palestinian prisoners that were in Israeli captivity are also now being released. A good omen. How should it move forward is why these leaders have gathered in Sharm el-Sheikh. We've been joined by 2 guests to discuss that in more detail. Khalid Taimur Akram, Foreign Affairs expert, joins us in the studios. Thank you very much, Khalid Sahab, to have joined us. We'll begin with you, Khalid Taimur Akram. So first of all, thank you very much to have given us the time after a long hiatus. I know you're an extremely busy person. Let's begin with the signing of this Gaza peace agreement in Sharm el-Sheikh, co-hosted by Donald Trump and Egyptian President el-Sisi. How does this summit, in your point of view, reshape the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East and mark the first, and I would like to repeat, genuine attempt to end decades of bloodshed in Palestine?
Yeah, this is very important occasion. The importance underscores because of the American president hosting himself. And I think if you see in last 2-3 years, the Americans have been very lukewarm towards solving this issue. And ever since Donald Trump had come to in power, his wish was to solve this problem with consensus. And I think we must commend his efforts that he was not only able to talk to Israel about it, but also talk to all the Muslim world. And if we see all the happenings happening in last few weeks, we had seen Donald Trump meeting with the Muslim head of the states and Arab head of the states in New York on the sidelines of the annual UN conference, and then President Trump reaching out to all the Muslim and Arab states independently and building up a consensus. So I think President Trump has done a lot, and I must commend over here the role of Pakistan also, because our Prime Minister and Field Marshal Asim Munir, they had been very instrumental in, I would say, guiding and in giving support and getting support for the Palestinian people. And Hamas has also agreed to it. Egypt, Jordan, Saudi Arabia, all the countries have played their due role. And President Trump today, he's present in Egypt. It shows that America will fully back whatever is going to be signed today, and America will take full onus of this thing. Because we have seen in last almost 2.5 years that none of the attempts were successful, because Israel was not listening to anyone. Israel was not listening to the Muslim world. They were not listening to UN. They were not listening to UN Security Council. The only player they were listening to and they wanted to listen to was US. They wanted to have a US guarantee. They wanted to have a US support. So I think after today, the regional landscape should change. One, the idea of making so-called Greater Israel will finish over here. Palestinian will, of course, get their due share, their due right. And of course, Gaza reconstruction is itself as a very, very big project. And it cannot happen without the support of all the Muslim world and especially United States. So I think whatever is going to be signed today, again, the onus will go to United States. Till the time United States will not stand behind this, all this process will get multiplied by zero.
All right.
And President Trump just going there, and in the morning he went to Israel.
Yes.
He had a meeting with the Israeli leadership. I think he must have asked them their final word, that please tell me what you are going to do about it. And now he has gone over there, and with this peace agreement signed, with the support of the Muslim world, with the support of the Americans, and I think today the world is going to see a change in Middle East. And if this war stops, it will have a lot of effect on Yemen, it will have a lot of effects on American-Iran relationship also, which we are seeing going towards some positive side in some areas. And of course, the situation in the neighboring countries of Israel will get better.
All right, inshallah, let's hope for the best. And of course, the way things are moving forward shows us a bright light at the end of the tunnel. Khalid Taimur Akram sahab, in strategic terms, in your point of view, what kind of mechanism is going to ensure that this agreement is not just symbolic, is not just a piece of paper, but the foundation for actual humanitarian reconstruction of Gaza, foundation for verifiable demilitarization of Palestine, and the eventual creation of a sovereign Palestinian state with Al-Quds al-Sharif as its capital?
I think the signing of this agreement will follow certain actions. The first action which is going to happen is going to be an establishment of a joint committee, which Donald Trump has already said that he is going to oversee that transitional committee. So that transitional committee will have experts and will have political people from all over the world, or not, if not all over the world, out of these 27 countries. And if President Donald Trump is himself overseeing it, it will make a lot of impact. So that committee is going to make sure that ceasefire happens on both sides. It is going to make sure that Israel does not crosses the given line. Again, it will make sure that all the aid, it reaches to the right people. Again, it has to make sure that Hamas does not attack on Israel again, because it's a two-sided affair. It's not going to be one-sided. This is the first action which I feel that is going to immediately announced, will be announced maybe today after this signing of this agreement, and by tomorrow or in next few days. Then the second thing will be sending a assessment team over there, that what kind of damage assessment team has to go over there. Then there's another team which has to go over there, that how the reconstruction process has to be done. And the Palestinians need to be involved in the reconstruction process. They need to be told that what is the Muslim world going to do for them. This is going to be the second process. Now, what is going to happen to those people who are already there inside during the reconstruction process? Are they going to be shifted to some camps in the same area, or where they are going to go and live? And then a time frame has to be given to the world, and especially to the Palestinian people, that what kind of time frame will be needed. Maybe in months to come, some kind of international force will be deployed over there to ensure both parties behave. Like these kind of UN forces are already there in African countries. One of the major example is Sudan, because in South Sudan and Sudan, you see, just to ensure that they don't fight and the rebels or some other groups, they don't initiate the fight, there is a UN force. So maybe the UN deploys a force over there, but that has to be all the 27 stakeholders who are witness to this signing ceremony today, they all have to be taken into confidence. And I feel that Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, these countries are going to play a very, very decisive role in overall decision making. But of course, one very positive thing which I see in all these things, that President Donald Trump is signing this agreement in the start of his term. He has just passed 7-8 months. He still have almost 3.5 years to go.
But this is what he had said in his pledge also when he was campaigning for the presidency, that he wanted to be and remembered as an anti-war president.
Yes, he is. He is. Up till now, he everywhere, he tells everyone that how he stopped India and Pakistan war,
yes.
how the Pakistan was thrashing India out and he came in between, and he constantly reminds India of that they lost 7 aircrafts.
Yes.
And I'm sure that the Indian must be every day counting the money that, okay, we lost 7 aircraft and how much money we lost. Anyways, the point is this, that previously we have been seeing that the American presidents have been acting or doing some kind of things at the far end of their tenure, and their tenure would finish. But President Trump still has almost 3+ years to go. And so more than 3 years is a good enough time to make sure that what he says today, he can implement that. And I'm sure if he's able to implement whatever he's saying, with the help of the Muslim world, with the help of the European Union, I think he would not need a Nobel Prize then. The world will remember, the Muslim Ummah will remember, Palestinian will remember him as the president of peace. And this is what...
I agree with you on that. And if things
this
move
is what
in the
he
same
wants.
way, that would be wonderful.
Yes.
I just have my fingers crossed as to hoping and praying that things move in the direction as is being envisaged as we speak.